Right, we're just going to wait for a few more people to come in before we get started. If you can all share the live out, that would be fantastic. Let's get as many people in as we possibly can. Hi, Tay. Is there anybody that particularly wants to pop in the box today? Hi, Barney Bear. Just going to check I've got the audio on. Hi, Jess. Okay, Tay, go for it, love. Thanks, Jenny. You don't have to pop in if you don't want to. Obviously, this awareness live is about Wendy Williams and Jared Harrison. Hiya, Tay.
Hi, can you hear me, yeah?
Yeah, we can hear you, sweetheart.
Oh, good. God, what a day it's been.
Has it been a bit of a mad one?
It has.
It really has.
It really has.
Awareness, do you have pictures of Wendy and Jared that you can pop as your backdrop at all? That would be handy, so we can put some faces to the names.
Yeah.
That's all right, not to worry, Roxburgh. We were just a little bit behind getting things set up, and awareness, making sure she's got quite a few bits she's going to pop up on backdrop tonight. There we go. There's the mugshot of Jareth Harrison.
Yeah.
So we were just making sure we had all the evidence that she will pop up as we discuss things tonight. She'll be popping a few things on the backdrop for us. Right, let's make a start then, I suppose. Obviously, this is another awareness for Wendy Williams and Jareth Harrison. The scamming that they've been up to on TikTok. I think they've been attempting quite recently on Facebook as well, but Wendy's account's been blocked, so that got shut down pretty quick. Now, these two have been scamming for a good couple of years now. Jareth, as long as he's been with Wendy long before that as well. They will make any excuse on their lives to beg and have supposedly borrow money off people, which never gets paid back. They've had thousands, and I mean thousands. 1 minute is Christmas presents they need help with, Christmas dinner, birthday presents for the kids, a supposed fire in the flat, which did not exist. It goes on and on. The list is endless. Unfortunately, they can be quite persuasive, and they can come over as genuine. They really are not. They use the kids an awful lot as well, and I think that's what tends to get people. They will have the kids sit there and say things and beg for certain foods whilst they're on live to make it seem like they are destitute and have nothing. It's not true, and it is awful. They do need stopping. Lovely Tay here, who we've got in the box, was a mod for Wendy briefly, and also a victim, bless her. She donated and gave a lot of money to them. Did you want to talk about your experience, Tay?
Yeah, I mean, I hadn't been on TikTok long, and I was just sitting here one night and I was going through it, and they just seemed to appear. But it was just her, it wasn't him, it was just her. and she was crying, and she was saying that she had no food, that her child was hungry, and as you say, they're very clever. You know, it's terrible what they do to the children, to get the children to come running in saying, you know, we're hungry, there's nothing to eat, you know. And, you know, being a mum myself, I'm like, oh God, no, I can't do this. So I said to her straight away, look, send me over your bank details and I'll send you some money over. And that's exactly what I done. Well, within doing that, within 5 minutes, she'd made me a moderator. And I was going on, but I wasn't, obviously I had personal things going on at home, so I wasn't on there all the time, but I was going on, and, you know, I would do some moderating and things like that. But I noticed that she was getting quite a lot of hate as well. And I was thinking, like, you know, why are these people really hating on her, you know? And then I think it was you sent me the video about their flat and the filth and the conditions and the fleas falling on you. And I saw that. And I'm thinking, this woman's sitting there crying that she's having to pay for storage, all her stuff's in storage. They've got to pay extra rent. They had a house fire, which is a complete load of rubbish now. And things weren't adding up. But I thought, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to keep going to see what I can find out. But I knew something wasn't right. So then came, it was the 15th of July, exactly, because it was my birthday, and it was a Friday, it was a Monday, and the little boy come running in saying, please, mummy, can I have some ice cream? And a drink. And she said, you know we've got no money, you know we've got no ice cream, and we're just waiting for the kettle to boil, to go cold, and then you can have water, because the water's not safe to drink out the tap. And I thought, oh no, you can't do that. So I sent over another £20, and I said to her, go to the shop, buy the kids some ice cream and some drinks, and show me a picture. That's what I said to her. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Anyway, I had to come offline. I got no picture, I got nothing. Now I knew they were scamming. I knew for definite they were scamming, but I still acted as a mod. And I knew that I was going to out them, but I wanted to keep it going as long as I could to get as much evidence on them as much as I could. Until the following night I went on, and people were gifting, and what I was doing, I was blocking them. The people that were gifting, I was blocking them. So all the other mods are going like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, you know, and I'm saying, oh, you must have been hacked or something like that. But really, it was me. But I still wasn't going to say anything. And then, the lady must have been about 80. And she came on and she said, look, dear, I've got £20 here till I get my pension, but I can give you £5 of it. And she turned around and said, oh yeah, that'll be fine. Well, that was it. I went mad. I just exposed her there and then. I said, you're a scammer. I spoke to the cleaner. I know everything. And that was it. Boom. I was blocked. That was me gone off the, gone. Since then, I've had people coming back to me saying that my name, she's tarnished my name, what I've done, how evil I am, how cruel I am. And I put my hands up. I went for the biological father of the little boy, because Jareth is not the dad to this boy, and he's not very nice to him. And I actually sort of really went at this man on TikTok saying, you're a disgrace, you need to get that child out of there, until I found out that there are people working with him doing exactly that, along with social services because they contacted me as well. They rang me. I didn't contact them. They contacted me and said, what did I know? What evidence did I have? And I just posted on the evidence that I had, and I haven't heard nothing back from them. And then I got a message then about a GoFundMe. And I thought, oh my God, when is this woman going to stop? But she stopped and he's took over now. You know, she used to do all the begging and he'd be in the background. Now he's doing the begging and they've set this GoFundMe up. But there's a lot of them involved. The family is all involved. Her mum's married to a lady, Sue, who has set a GoFundMe page up. I think it's been took down. I messaged
One sec,
this
Tay.
Sue.
Have you got a picture of that awareness? I think we've got a photograph of that particular GoFundMe when it was up.
I don't know. I probably have in there somewhere. I've got that many pictures.
Yeah.
But
No, we've got one. We've got one here, Tay, somewhere to put as a backdrop while we're talking. That's all. I'm just asking awareness there to pop one up if he can do it.
Yeah.
I do apologise. I keep saying she. There we go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's
Sorry,
the
continue,
one.
Tay.
That is Sue, and she's the partner of Wendy's mum.
Yeah.
So I contacted her this morning and I said to her, are you such and such related to Wendy? First of all, she denied it, saying that she'd set a GoFundMe page up for her daughter. Somebody then gave me her daughter's name, who I contacted, and her daughter said it's complete lies. She's working along with them, you know, so that they've got two GoFundMes and it doesn't look like it's anything to do with them, that she's making out this is for her daughter. She said, like, I'm happily married, I've got 2 children, I've got my own home, I don't need any money. What she's doing, she's working with Wendy and her partner along with this. And I mean, that's as far as I've got with it all, really, apart from people, you know, just messaging me saying, oh, have you heard this one? Have you heard this one? I mean, you know, for how many reports that have gone in and that have come back, no violation, is unbelievable. Because what they're actually doing to people, you know, and they're aiming at vulnerable people. They're aiming at, you know, an 80-year-old woman to take 5 pattern. That was just disgusting. You know, they've got no morals whatsoever, none whatsoever, none. And you know, it's just vile, absolutely vile.
I spoke with James today, which is Wendy's ex.
Yeah, that's it, James. I mean, I did apologise to him. Because I really did give it to him. I said, you know, there's no way I would leave my child in that situation. The way that man speaks to him, the way he treats that little boy, it's just disgusting. It's awful. I mean, and I've got videos of that, you know, and when I got back a reply from him, I actually felt quite bad because he's doing everything he possibly can to get that little boy away from there. You know, the other boy, I think he's 17, the other boy.
The other one's in his 20s.
I think he's just as involved as well. You know, they're all involved. It's just the littlest one. I think he's only about 8. You know, and to tell an 8-year-old, I mean, I've got my 8-year-old in bed with an ear infection, you know, but to ever dream of saying, I'll run around saying you're hungry, it's just vile, you know, but people are donating. But the thing with this GoFundMe, I see that 3 people had donated and there was £38. They're looking for 2,500 or something to get everything.
You'll probably find, Tay, the people that have donated the £210 is either them or family members, because
that's what I was just about to say. It's to start.
They do it to make it look like somebody is donating to get them started.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, at
Because,
least that's what we're hoping for.
as I've said, well, where's all the stuff in storage then that you're saying that you've got to pay every day for storage? Because I've seen the shit that you left behind in that flat. The fleas were literally falling on that poor cleaner's legs. Yeah, I was
That
watching
was
it and
disgusting.
I could not believe it.
It
The
wasn't a pleasant place
feces
to
all
be.
over the floor. It was vile, absolutely vile.
Oh, that's
You
my very
know,
pretty foot there, look, with a very lovely flea having a nibble.
Well,
They weren't
yeah.
fed that day.
James
There was
said
more
it.
than that though. More came on you because I was watching it and I'm thinking, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
James said
that is when,
Sorry,
yeah.
James said that he was going to join tonight. He might do. I know he's at pool tonight. But we had an in-depth conversation today, and he said that is Wendy's partner's,
Yeah.
Wendy's mum's partner, and for her to say that she hasn't seen Wendy or spoke to Wendy is a load of rubbish. Because she actually like drops Blake down to James when he has Blake.
Oh, well, there you go then.
And Wendy obviously sees her quite a lot. So
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Well, that's the thing. We had myself and Awareness. We communicate quite a lot, and we work together. We share information. Both of us were being given a lot of conflicting things, so there was a little bit of post swapping between the both of us this morning. Of
Yeah, I saw that.
we
I
were
saw
wrong,
that.
and then
Yeah.
taking
Yeah,
it
I
off
saw
again.
that.
But
I
you know,
saw
we've got
it.
the evidence now. I mean,
Yeah.
on my page, you know, I've done a little screenshot of Wendy's mum's Facebook page that actually states she is in a relationship with Sue.
Yeah,
So
I've seen
that is
that.
definitely
Yeah, I've got
confirmed.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we were all fooled for a little bit because she was trying to say that she wasn't involved and it wasn't about Wendy and all that. I think
Yep.
it was just the fear factor because everybody's jumped on the bandwagon. But I've got to say it, as I've said in my post, though, apparently she is getting an awful lot of hate, and that's really not what we're about. I don't condone that. All we are is raising the awareness of people to stop anyone else getting scammed. That doesn't mean
Yeah,
sending
definitely.
hate messages and things like that. So, guys, if you are, and you know, I understand you're trying to be supportive, but please don't. All right, please don't do that. Don't even do that with Wendy and Jareth. It just lowers yourselves, and we're above that. We're not vigilantes. We just want to raise awareness and make sure no one else is scammed. So, Leanne, is there anything else you want to say, sweetheart?
well, as you know, that I was seeing James, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Until things went tits up, not because of me and him, because of Wendy. And what she said about me to her son, where she said, because I was going to take him to a farm one night for a day out, and she said,
Oh, are you the one that she said that you're going to kill him?
yeah, so she said to her little boy,
Yeah,
you
I
won't
saw
like
that.
it, it's boring. And then she said, what if your dad leaves you with Leanne? She might kill you or something. And I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
that I saw that. Yeah,
I bought tickets, you know, I'm going to drive you there and drive you back safe. You know, you're with your
Yeah.
dad. He's not going to leave you.
yeah,
I'm a mum
Yeah.
of three myself, you know.
Yeah.
They're grown up.
Yeah.
But, and I just thought, you know, it is hard work. Like, it's just not, me and James are all right, though. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, good.
Like, we're
Good.
still quite close.
I did actually see that, and I heard him saying, "No, Leanne's lovely," you know, and he said, "No, Mummy said that if you leave me with Leanne, she might kill me." And I thought, who would say that? You know, what? Well, you know, yeah, them sort of people would say that. You know, they'd say anything, but you know, I mean, all.
I've met Blake
You
now.
know, I don't want this taking over my life because that's like since this morning, I have done nothing but I've got paperwork in front of me, being online, talking to this one, trying to contact this one, trying to contact that one. It's what is TikTok going to do about this? Because it can't go on. They cannot get away with this.
No.
They really can't because it, you know, they're coming back no violation, but they are violating. You know what I mean? They're targeting vulnerable people. You know, they're blackmailing. Some poor girl contacted me, and I won't give her name, but you know, oh, she'll be looking at a heavy fine and a lengthy prison sentence because she lent us money and used her mum's PayPal. And the girl was in bits, literally, the girl was in bits. And
This
I said
is
to her,
sorry
look,
to interrupt, Tay. This on the background screen. This is all the stuff for that particular lady the amount of money and all the food and donations and things that she's done for Wendy and Jareth over probably a year.
Oh yeah,
I would
definitely.
say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got that list. Yeah, I got that list. Also, a friend of mine, I mean, she's on holiday at the moment, paid for them to go away on the holiday. Paid for their holiday for I think 3 or 4 days, and never even got as much as a thank you. Anything. Nothing. And anybody they say they're going to pay back, no, they don't. They don't pay anybody back.
You know, when she went on holiday with Jareth, James went over obviously to have Blake and stay there to look after him. It was only meant to be for 2 nights. She didn't even bother coming back. She said, "Well,
Yeah, she extended it.
Yeah,
She rang my friend and said, could you help us out? Because the kids are having such a good time. Could you pay extra for us to stay? And the friend of mine did.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
This here, guys, sorry, this here on the background again, this is another community that I've come across on the internet, Community Cafe. Now this here is, I will actually put a post with a link to it on my page once the live is over. This is a thread they've put up, independent. This started, God, as you can see, November 2023, making people aware of the scamming from Wendy. So it is all over the internet. It's not just TikTok and everywhere else.
Yeah.
So this is another one for people to have a look at and to see what it's all about.
Yeah.
it's all on Facebook as well. Like,
Yes, I've got a page on Facebook now, and I have been sharing everything on there quite a lot the last day or two, just to make people aware on there, because they have been on there trying to get stuff off people on Facebook. But to be fair, they were Wendy's account was blocked, so I think she is appealing it. But once I heard that they were trying to sort of move over onto Facebook, I made a point of making an account and sharing it all on there as well to make people aware, because that's what they're going to do. That's the thing. Once we've put a stop to it on TikTok and they're aware that they can't get away with it, there's enough people here, they're going to try and move on to a different platform. So
Definitely, yeah.
I've kind of spread myself with them onto Facebook as well, just to try and make sure that doesn't happen.
the thing that makes me laugh is that they're
That's the
both
flat as well, isn't it?
they're both
That's the flat, yeah.
they're both mind and body capable of going out and working. Now, if I knew I was moving into a new home, I would be working my ass off to make sure everything was provided for my children. I did it. We've all done it when we've all moved and we've had to start afresh. You do what you can. There's no excuse for their behaviour.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. There's no excuse. But the thing is when he's sitting there saying, no agency will help us, social services won't help us, universal credit won't help us, this one won't help. Why won't they? Because there are places and there are organisations that do help people with white goods, you know, and would, you know, not let a kid sleep on the floor and things like that. But why are these organisations not helping you? There's got to be a reason.
The reason for that is because with any sort of help like that, whether it be Universal Credit, the Council, Crisis Awards, they do what's known as an ingoings, outgoings form. And that is where they will basically sit with you. They will get all of your ingoings, all of your bills, and that will include food, shopping, clothing, any essential things you would need to live. And if they deem you've got enough left over, you will not be eligible for any help. And that's clearly what's happened. This is why they're saying you're not eligible, because they would have done these forms with them. So they've clearly got money there. They just don't want to use it for that. They've known for 11 weeks they've been in temporary accommodation. They've known eventually whether it will take them like a normal person, or God knows how, don't get me started on that, how they've managed to get a 3-bedroom house in 11 weeks. It makes me sick.
That's disgusting. When
really
there's
does make
single
me sick.
parents out there that are stuck in hostels.
Yeah.
And
This is it, and
refugees.
it's disgusting.
Oh,
11 weeks they've managed to get this house, but they've known this is coming. Why have they not been preparing? Why have they not been putting a bit of money back each time, or going out and looking for things? They knew this was going to happen.
Exactly.
But to be fair, they left everything in the previous flat.
Yeah.
They did. I mean, I don't know, Awareness, if you've taken any of those pictures from my page to pop up, but because
think
one
the
of the
beds
things they
come
keep
up.
saying, one of the things they kept saying, how does she, there we go, how does she know what furniture we had? Well, I know what furniture they had because the day the locks were changed on that flat, I was
Look
there.
at that.
I was friends with the landlord. I was there at the day filming it for him because he wanted to make sure it was all done by the book, that he had all paperwork necessary and locks changed, and it was all documented. So I was there the day the locks were changed. Everything was still there. Even all the stuff they've got in boxes now in their temporary accommodation, that was all still there because they'd only gone with bags for clothing. Now, obviously, once they came back and took what they wanted, I went back in to do the deep clean. All the big furniture, everything was left. For the fridge freezer, 2 TVs, 2-seater sofas. There were, I believe, 2 other smaller TVs, 2 armchairs, the bed, all their beds were still there. Computer tables, computer chairs, everything was there. They could have taken that with them. Brand new things that, bless her, Becky had bought, brand new microwave. It was only a couple of months old, was left behind. They're claiming poverty, but they had all that stuff. They just couldn't be bothered to take it with them. We had to dispose of it. And yet they still spent this last 11 weeks trying to tell people that they are having to pay out for storage of these items. They were all there.
Joke.
We got rid of them.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Disgusting.
I don't think anybody should pay to replace items that they did have. And to be fair, they only had them because they scammed generous people out of it. Like Becky, for instance, who bought them, got so many things, but freezers and microwaves and a £250 computer for their son. The computer
they
desk.
even got a freezer bought for them in the temporary accommodation. It was delivered to them.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, they even had a freezer because she said, oh, we've got enough on the wish list. I mean, that was what they were asking for on that as well. The prices of the things, talk about, oh, we want the best. We can stock the freezer up. And then they're going down on the beach and I'm getting texts from Becky saying, because she could still see into them, oh, they're saying they're going to buy themselves a steak on the way to the beach and have a barbecue. Like, they were just laughing at everybody. Really, they're just laughing at everybody. That, well, I don't know. I just don't know.
Or should I say, Wendy prefers to spend her money on getting her hair done. Yeah. So twice now she's had her hair done. That was
another thing I saw. Her hair all in braids and her nails done. I mean, them braids are not cheap.
The nails she does herself. A lot of their nail kit actually was left in the flat, the nail extensions, and were binned. But no, she had her hair with extensions and braids. And I know, in fact, she's in here in the live, Jenny, who's a hairdresser herself, and can tell you that would have cost £400-500 to have had that done.
That's what I said. They're not cheap.
Not a cheap thing. She had it in for less than 4 weeks before they removed them.
And he sat there removing them on the live. He sat there unpicking them all on the live.
I've just got
he had no t-shirt on, and there he was, just taking all these plaits out of her hair.
I've got to ask, Tay, is that picture of her recently with the blonde hair and that, where she was playing with the cows, is that a wig or is that another hair dye that she's had done and a cut and trim and whatever else?
I think she's gone on a blonde now. I think she's trying to disguise herself.
It does look a bit like a wig, doesn't it? I did think that, but I think because she was very, very upset because of the way that they pulled out these braids. It took a lot of her hair with it. Her hair was very thin, so that is either a wig or she has had extensions put in again, which again, it's not cheap, as you can see. It's probably further back in the chat there, but Jenny did back me up there and said it would cost £400 to £500 to have had that done. It's not cheap.
I mean, I just go and have a trim, and it costs me £42 for a wash, a blow dry, and a trim. You know what I mean? So God knows, how much she's paying for her hair. But I also heard that they've got a gambling addiction.
Wow.
How true that is, I don't know. They've got a gambling addiction. And see, for the car going back, It didn't go back. It didn't get repossessed. They still got the car.
Right, so
They've
it
still
is
got
that
the
car
car.
that they've got then, and it is not Sue's, because Sue has been claiming they're using her car.
No, it's
Well,
Jareth's car.
they've got a car for definite. That I know 100% they've got a car.
So it is still Jareth's car, Leanne, is it?
Yeah, James will tell you that as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
see,
James-
they've got a car.
Because James
Obviously,
didn't
that's not
want
something-
Blake in the car.
I think
Yeah, that's not something I wanted to bring up, because obviously I've got no evidence to say that it's Sue's car and that she was lying. But I did think that a couple of times they've said their car was going because of the finance, and we have found that they've still had it. So thank you for confirming that, Leanne. I appreciate that.
James
Yeah.
doesn't want Blake in the car, so it's definitely Jareth's car. So
Yeah, I don't blame him.
I
mean,
think
there's a
James
video-
wants to come in, and I don't mind stepping down because my little one's got an ear infection. I can hear her crying, so I'm
Oh,
really
bless.
gonna. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
step-
have
you
to
step
step.
off, Tay. That's absolutely fine, my love. Thank you very much for your input, though. We do appreciate it.
No worries. We'll stay in touch and let us know what's happening. Yeah.
Of course, my love, will do. Thank you.
All right. And Leanne, please say to James again, I really am sorry. For
yeah, he's fine with you. Honestly, he'll be absolutely fine.
All right then, love. Okay. Thanks ever so much. I'll speak to you all soon. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
All right. Hiya, James. If you are in here, I didn't actually see you come in, but if you want to pop in the box, my love, feel free to join us. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say about these. So they do leave me absolutely gobsmacked. We got somewhere for about a week. It went all very quiet. Wendy, at least, has not been live in over 7 days. So clearly she's sort of getting the hint that she's not going to get away with it. Jareth's tried his luck, although his account has been removed again today. I don't know if anyone's noticed.
no, I got blocked.
Did you? Yeah,
Yeah.
his particular account has disappeared again today. It's been, I believe, deactivated.
Yeah.
But I've no doubt he'll be back again. It's just the way it seems to work. Somebody just said, all right, James, no problem, love, understandable. Somebody said earlier that Jareth's sister's in the live.
Yeah, she popped in.
Did she? I mean, if she's still here, feel free to jump in the box and give us your opinion. Same goes, to be honest, for Wendy and Jareth. I have no doubt they're watching. They're probably using a fake account or whatever, or ghosting. By all means, come in, jump in a box, and talk to us.
I've got something to
Give us
say to them.
your side.
I've got something to say. If they're both watching, go out, get a job, provide for your own children, and grow the fuck up. Stop scamming people and get a life.
Yeah, very well said, Leanne. We all totally agree with you. Which is why we all do this, isn't it? This is why we're here. I mean, it's just gone beyond a joke now. Is there anybody else that wanted to jump in a box? Kirsty, I've noticed obviously you've been sat in the box but rather quiet. Is there something that you wanted to talk about, my love?
Yeah, I mean, it's quite difficult because obviously I was friends with Wendy in like 2021 to 2022, and she used to always message me on either on her phone or on James's phone asking me to lend her money, and James never ever knew about it. So she's always used the kids, and she'd always be like, "Oh, we're struggling for this, we're struggling for that," and then she'd use domestic violence as well as one of them.
Yeah.
And she'd say things to me like, "Oh, James is being abusive and this, and this," and then I'd end up lending her money so she could go out. But then I found out that she was actually going to use the money to gamble, and that's when someone said
she
then that she
definitely
had
had
a gambling
addiction then, because we've sort of heard that but never been able to have it confirmed by anybody who's sort of seen it and known about it.
Yeah, she did have a gambling addiction. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I used to obviously lend her the money, and then she'd always say to me, "Oh, if you lend me 20, I'll give you 30 or 40 back."
Yeah.
But
And
I
never
never
happens,
given
I'm
them back.
guessing.
But then obviously when James and Wendy split up, I got quite close to James, and I was speaking to James about it, and James was like, "I never knew anything about that." So it just shows that what she was like.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard from James obviously when he did a dubbed in a box in a live with his friend a few days ago, and had his name cleared. Bless him, he was raked through the mud a little bit by some people. Poor old James is just as much a victim of her as everybody else. he has said how she would use his phone to pretend to be him and ask for money. So it's disgusting the lows you will go to and the extent you will go to try and get something for free. It's just sheer laziness. They want everything handed to them on a plate. I mean, they've got this 3-bed house. And I don't know how many of you would have seen the video. Obviously, he's removed it. His account's gone.
No.
He's on my page, though, obviously.
Can I just say something? I'm sorry.
Oh,
I've just
hello,
had
Claire. Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, I was in the homeless accommodation for 6 years with 3 children, right? Sorry,
Right.
for 3 years. I was in homeless accommodation. They tried to put me in a 2-bedroom flat with 3 children. Well, I was pregnant at the time. My, worker didn't want nothing. He went on the sick, didn't want nothing to do with it, was like, blah, blah, blah. I can't be arsed, basically. So they offered me a 2-bedroom house. So I had to wait again. And then I had to wait 6 years. I got a house. It was horrible. It was through COVID. And someone was still living there. And they was like, no, you've still got to view it. You've still got to view it. I was like, no, COVID's going on. You can't expect me someone's living in that house for me to view it. So I had to get in touch with the MP, the councillor. Got in touch with him. It was like 3 weeks. Well, I wouldn't even say 3 weeks. It was like 3 days. I got my house where I am now. But I was pregnant. No, I was pregnant. I had no support of anyone. That's why I said to him, there's no way on earth in the 3 weeks that you have lived in that temporary accommodation, you've been offered a counsellor. Absolutely no way.
No. No. I mean, it's been 11 weeks since they were originally in temporary. They were moved out of their first temporary accommodation because neither of them could fit in the shower.
Yeah, there's no way. I'm so sorry for jumping on because I'm so angry.
That's fine.
No, I'm so angry. I waited 6 years. You know what?
Yeah.
And I got offered, and I swear on my kids' lives, it was the worst of the worst house. Where there was COVID, obviously it was COVID going on, and there was people, there was furniture, they wouldn't even let me view it. They would not let me view it. I was pregnant, I was 9 months pregnant at the time.
Oh, bless you. Sounds like you've been right through the mill, my love.
Yeah, I was in homeless accommodation, and they would not let me view it. And I was like, well, the fact that the law is, you've got to let me view that house. And they was like, no. Oh yeah. So I got in touch with the councillor, and that's the only reason I got this house.
Yeah.
Hi there.
That's my son.
Hi.
Not funny.
It's not funny.
Oh, bless. But no, it does make you sick. I mean, I know someone personally who, was in unsuitable.
You know what? He was stood there on a video going on like, I've got this. You know what? I saved and saved and saved every penny I had. In homeless accommodation, and I don't believe for 1 second he's been in homeless accommodation for 3 weeks. Not at all.
No, it's a hard one. I honest to God do not understand how they have managed to get that property so fast. I do not know.
In 3 weeks. It took me 6 years. 6 years in homeless accommodation. I got offered somewhere where someone was living in. Someone was living in the property. They wouldn't let me view. And the only reason they let me is because I got in touch with the local councillor.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's the only reason.
I mean, then that's the thing, right? But I bet once you did finally get the house, no matter what state it was in, you were grateful.
No, but from temporary, no. From temporary accommodation, you get a fridge freezer. Yeah. You can even pick for carpet or paint.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a fridge freezer. You get beds. You get beds for you and your children.
Yeah.
So if you go from temporary accommodation to council house, you get the choice of 2 carpeted rooms, which I didn't pick. I picked
Can I ask which area you're with though? Because it does vary district to district.
No. It's, you know what? It's the same. Honest to God, it's the same. You can say it's not. I'm with Manchester.
Right. Okay.
But it is the same. You can say it's not. Like I got in touch with the council. You can get in touch with the council and say, can you provide me with a white goods?
Yeah.
When you move out of temporary accommodation, they've got to provide you with some sort of bedding. So they'll provide you with a shit bed. It's not a mattress for your kids, a bed for your kids.
Yeah.
A fridge freezer.
That makes it even worse, doesn't it? Makes it even worse. I mean, in his video, he took everybody around this new house, and all he did was moan. The bathroom. Look,
you know what amazed me more? The councilwoman was there and listened to it.
That's bad.
Was she really?
Yeah, she was in the video. She was in the video and she listened to it.
She was in the front room.
The audacity.
And
The
he
audacity.
went, it's not very big, but you know what? When I got this house, I was fucking desperate. I've got 3 kids. I've got an 18-year-old, Naila. I was pregnant at the time. I got offered the worst, and I promise you, the worst house ever. And it was COVID. Everything was going on with COVID. So I took that upon my favour and said, you know what? You know, I've been living in homeless accommodation and you will not offer me a suitable house. It was absolute, and that's what I said to him. I said, you have gone from nothing to something in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. It's wrong. It's so fucking wrong.
It is wrong. It is wrong. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that now. They've got their house, but the one thing we can do is pass the word around, as we're doing here with these lives.
You know what? Ring the council and just say, you know what? That's what you need to do, because I moved into my council house and I saved every penny I had.
Yeah.
For 6 years. And I think
Tate's contacted the council. There's been a few people that have been in contact.
You know what? They're not appreciating. If you forward that video footage, they're not appreciating it. They'll fucking soon throw them out.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of things have been sent. A lot of things have been sent.
Yeah, you get white goods. You get a fridge freezer. It's only fair. When you come out of temporary accommodation, you get a fridge freezer, you get all your pots and pans. You get everything for you. Like, what he wants is a fucking setup. He wants a new teller. He wants...
he wants the cupboard stocked with food for him, all the carpets down, beds done.
We'll buy your fucking pot noodles.
It is just, the entitlement is ridiculous with the pair of them. It really, really is. I mean, there's nothing that they will not ask for. I mean, if there's anybody who's obviously sceptical about these guys being scammers, there is a good 9-minute video, which is audio, on my page of Jareth himself back in January admitting that Wendy is scamming, and he claims he wasn't part of it, but... You know, we know he is. He's now the face of it because Wendy's got too scared.
We can ring the council, their council. They put it on theirs and say they're not appreciative of that fucking that housing.
Yeah. I'm sure it's been done. Trust me, I'm sure it has been done.
That's a free. What is it? A 2-bedroom house that could go.
It's a 3-bedroom.
3-bedroom.
Yeah,
that could go to someone that appreciates it.
Yeah, it's a good idea. But yeah, I mean, as I was saying, there's this the audio there. So go and have a listen if you haven't listened before. When Jareth and Wendy, they split briefly for a week or so back in January, and Jareth decided to out her on a live. It's a good 9-minute audio recording of him saying how she scams, the things she scams, the amounts.
She's been on this site for so long, scamming people. She's been saying, "Oh, my house got burnt down."
Yeah, no, that's a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was the tenancy cleaner for
Her
that
house
place.
got
So,
burnt down. She's this and that. Where's the kids?
oh yeah, yeah, she's been scamming long before she was with Jareth. So we're well aware that she's started. Was Kirsty talking, Cal? I think you started to. I don't know if you were finished, Kirsty.
Kirst there.
And she's gone. Okay, thank you. Whoever has decided to remove that. Kirsty, my love, were you finished?
Yeah, pretty much. It was just more the fact that, like, I just feel so sorry for James because he's been in a temporary accommodation for so long, and yet not once has he ever begged. He's never ever asked me for money or anything.
No.
And like,
And
it's
he's still there.
Yeah, it is just, it's frustrating because at first I was just watching the lives and I wasn't really saying anything. But then I got to a point where I was like, every single live that they were on, they were constantly asking for money and it just didn't seem fair. And then obviously I started seeing all your posts and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they definitely are scamming.
Yeah, I mean, it was all new to me. There's lots that have gone on. I'm not the first person to try and raise awareness on these guys. There was a group that did try doing it a few months back. Unfortunately, they did stop because Wendy outed their personal addresses live.
Yeah.
And they were getting threats. And this is why there isn't a picture of me. There is no name. Nobody knows anything about me. I will keep it that way because, I'm not taking that risk. But, I'm not going to sit back and watch now. When I found that it was more than what their ex-landlord, my friend, was going through, that it was bigger than that and that they were on here doing this, it just made me sick. Yeah. I spent hours trolling back through all the stuff I'd seen. And I thought, you know what? No more.
The way Jareth treats the kids as well. Like, I've seen some of the lives where Jareth has just been speaking to him like really, really bad.
Yeah,
and he just
it's disgusting.
And takes it. And then I've also seen videos where Wendy's dressing him and the clothes that he's wearing, they're all dirty, the socks are black, and it's just, they shouldn't have the kid.
No, we all back James, and we all do hope that James will get Blake back at some point.
Yeah.
He's doing the right thing though. He's following the rules. He's not, just going down there and trying to grab him because it wouldn't go in his favour. He is doing the right thing, and this is something, as Tay did say, she did finally realise that and has apologised to James. But and this is the thing: if anybody does see or find anything about that could help with that, let him know or let us know. I mean, there is a video on my page that I think could help James. It's the fact of Jareth getting aggressive in the car on one of the lives, which I believe was aimed at Christina.
Yeah.
Blake is sat in the back and you hear Blake say, when he says, "You've never seen me go," and Blake says, "You wouldn't like it." Yeah,
that gives me the shivers every time I hear that.
It really does. Now, that's something that I think, James, if you are still in here, my love, download that off my page and keep it because that's horrendous. Why
that was
would
me.
he
You
say?
screen recorded that one, and I've already sent that one to James, so I think James has got it.
Brilliant. Because the only reason a little 7-year-old boy would say you wouldn't like it is because he's seen it.
Yeah, or he's done something to him. That's exactly what was in my head as well.
Yeah, it's not a nice thing to have. It really isn't a nice thing to see, and that's the main reason that was put on my page because when it was sent to me, I was told the little one's in the back of the car while this is going on, and it was like, wow, you don't do that in front of a child.
Let's not forget the time that she left Blake in the car at Tesco's in an evening. And then she went in shopping, and obviously Blake got scared and went to the front of the car to try and move the blaze to see because it was raining or whatever. I think that was the story. And then Jareth got back in the car and had a right go at him for doing that.
Really?
Well, you shouldn't leave a kid in the car, whether it's daytime, nighttime, whatever.
Yeah,
because I remember when I seen James and Blake, and I remember Blake was telling me about that.
Yeah.
It's horrible just hearing him say that he got left in the car and that he was scared when Jareth was shouting at him. I was just sat there like, what the... You
Bless
just
him.
can't really say nothing, can you? Because it's not really your place to say anything. You know what I mean? It's hard.
Yeah. Oh, bless him. Bless him. All right, we shouldn't go too much off on towards the kids though, because that's not what this is about, and I don't want it to seem, that it's going in that direction. It could cause a few problems. So if we go back to their relentless scamming, which we all know about, is there anybody else in the chat that would like to jump in the box and have their say?
I would keep an eye out. I would keep an eye out for Jareth's sister, Sarah Harrison, on the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
She might be the next one.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm well aware of the family members and keeping my eyes peeled for it. So yeah, that's not a problem. I mean, we've got Big Seth in the room. Shout out to Big Seth. You used to work with Jareth, didn't you, dude? I understand.
What I'll do is I've my say now, so I'm gonna leave the box and let someone else come in. Okay?
Okay, my love. Thank you very much for your input, Kirsty. I do appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you very much. See you later.
See you later, darling. But yes, so did you want to jump in the box at all, Big Seth, and perhaps let us know your experience of Jareth? Because you, you support me quite a lot with all this, so you must have, I'm assuming, seen that side of him.
Do you want to know something interesting?
Yeah, it might be. No, fair enough. Not a problem. Not a problem. Is there anybody else that wants to jump in who's perhaps been scammed by Wendy and Jareth? Or thank you, Big Seth. We really appreciate that. We really do. I mean, I say the whole point is just to make sure there's nobody else. I mean, even today, I had a message from somebody saying that they'd sent a TV out via courier for them and then got gobbed at and blocked. And it's like, I've been doing this for a little while now, and yet there's still new people popping up to me, telling me how they've been scammed by them and that this has happened and that's happened. And it breaks my heart because they all say, oh, it's my own fault. It's not your fault. It's really not your fault. Anybody that has donated or have helped them out with food, or, you're just being nice. You've seen someone who you felt is in need. The fact that they have decided to take advantage of that goodness does not make it your fault. It really doesn't.
What makes it worse is it actually ruins it for people that are in general need, and there is people out there that are willing to help people, but because they've been scammed and they now won't help genuine people.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. Exactly. It's giving a bad name to genuine people who will ask for help once in a blue moon. Yeah. You know what I mean? And people won't do it. They won't reach out anymore when they really are stuck. And those are the ones that we have to worry about. And yeah, it drives me nuts. It really does. The excuses are so feeble. So feeble.
It's like some people, they help other people out, or they be generous or whatever, just to have that interaction or to maybe make a friend.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just, it's awful.
And then the only thanks they get for it is a block when they ask any questions.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's how it goes. That is how it goes. What more can you do? You can't go into the lives that they do and tell people then, because you're instantly blocked. Yeah. The only way around it is to do something like this as regular as you can. Spread the word to other people and just let them know. One of the first things I've got on my page, I've got it pinned there, is saying to people, please research anybody before you donate, no matter how genuine they look. It could be a little old lady in her 90s begging for food. Do a quick research first, because anybody that is scamming will have a footprint of that. They will have evidence but going behind them. Yeah, you put in Wendy's name and Jareth's name on here or on Facebook, the amount of scamming things that pop up now are amazing. Always research first. Just make sure the person that you are going to donate to and that you're going to help is genuine before you do it. And that's got to be the biggest thing, as somebody else did put in here earlier. Don't support, report. For Wendy and Jareth, that's the way it goes. You see anything for him, don't support it, report it.
Yeah,
exactly. I love that saying. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Gone for tomorrow. Oh no, gone for now. I can't even see. She put my glasses on. Hello, my love.
I didn't even realise that they were scamming. I was watching them for quite a while and I was thinking, oh, how sad, like they need help. Don't get me wrong, I moved into my council place when I was 17. My son was only really small. We had literally not a beanbag. But we were just so happy because we had somewhere to live and we just weren't at our nans and granddads and everywhere. We didn't care. And now obviously he's 9 and we've got everything. I feel a bit sort of, I don't know, sorry. Not so much sorry, but you know, like... just sympathising. I just thought, oh, I'd like to help. And just as I was about to top up my my little gifting thing, Awareness to Protect You followed me. And then I was able to have a look at everything and I was like, oh my goodness, I knew it. In the back of my mind, I sort of thought, oh, this doesn't sound right. But I wasn't going to go digging. I was just going to gift straight away because you feel bad, don't you, really, when you see something like that?
Yeah, it's easy done. And then that is how they're getting away with it. Wendy can turn the waterworks on like flicking a switch.
To be honest, she wasn't even on the camera. It was just him. And
it was just him.
And he was answering my questions. Like I did say to him, listen, do you drive? I said, do you drive? I said, do you drive? And he said, yeah, I've had my license for 7 years. So then I was like, what about Amazon deliveries? And he ignored that. And then someone said that they have a barn full of like a washing machine and a bed and this and that and the other. And then he just ignored that as well. So I said, like, someone said that they're offering you these things. And he ignored me again. So I was like, say thank you. And he didn't even say thank you. Yeah. I don't know, really.
Yeah. They just want the money. This is it. They just want the money. If you offer them goods, they will make an excuse. It's been going on a good couple of years with Wendy, at least. I think Wendy and Jareth have been together. I mean, I could be wrong. Please don't hold me to this. About a year and a half, maybe.
Wow.
But she's been doing it
thousands. They must have had thousands.
Absolute thousands. Yeah, they really have. I mean, yeah, there we go. Here's one, you know, on the background. It's November last year. You know, it has been going on a lot longer, and they will use any excuse. I mean, to the point, they will even be aggressive towards each other. I mean, there is a video.
I saw something of him throwing something at her, and I'm not sure what he's saying in it. But
well, basically, what it is, it's a breathing tube that he threw at her. Wendy has sleep apnea, so she has to wear a face mask and a breathing tube with breathing tube at night.
Yeah.
Now, basically what's happened here, though, is she did it live and she uploaded this video of him coming into the room, kicking off. He said, and he grabbed a breathing tube and was going to snap it in half. And when she said, don't I need it, he said, tough, die. Snapped it in half, threw it at her, picked up a can off the sofa, threw that at her, and then pulled the tree over. Now, what she never told anybody, though, is that before all this happened, he was asleep in the bedroom and she went in with a full can of fizzy pop and threw it at his face. She then headed back into the living room where they had a camera and filmed the result of it. She then put that up on TikTok and got more donations for domestic violence.
No,
she orchestrated it.
Jamie didn't knock any sense into him, innit?
Oh, no. I did want to ask, you know these GoFundMes, how do they do it? Because I know that they've got to be the truth, you know, you can't just lie and just get away with it. How are they getting away with it?
Well, that GoFundMe, there it is. Oh no, this one's the PayPal one, I believe. I don't know. I've reported the PayPal one, and I know a few other people that have reported it. Whether it's been investigated or not, I don't know.
But speaking from experience, like a friend, an acquaintance of mine passed away, and his family needed to, obviously, you know, some help for the funeral or whatever, and they'd done a GoFundMe and it was actually rejected. So I just don't know how they get away with it when there are people that die that need help with their funerals, and then these lot need a bit of white goods. I don't understand.
To be fair, I've not done one of these via PayPal, so I don't know how it works with that or how they've done it.
It's via PayPal, not actually GoFundMe. Oh, okay, yeah, it's GoFundMe.
This one here is a GoFundMe. This was set up by a family member. That one's now been taken down. You can set them up, not a problem, but you do, when you click to proceed, you are basically confirming that everything you put in that GoFundMe is legitimate and true. If they find out otherwise, you can be prosecuted. Now,
So how come it's
That lady, well, that lady who did the GoFundMe is actually the wife or partner of Wendy's mum. She was confronted about it because she had claimed it was because she'd fled domestic violence and things like that. She's now removed it because she was found out. She was found out. This was what she'd put on it, yeah. She was found out, so she's taken that down because she can get into a lot of trouble for it. It is fraudulent.
Yeah, it is, yes.
Yeah.
Fraud, yeah.
So that's why that one's gone. That one's been taken down. As for the PayPal one, as I say, it's been reported that it's not true, that it's fraudulent. That's now down to PayPal to investigate and deal with. But, you know, all we can do is spread these and say, if you come across it, don't donate, please. Please don't donate.
I mean, they do get you good though. Once they start talking about the kids, anyone with children, you just feel bad. You do. You can't help it.
You do, of course you do. And that's exactly why they do it. It's exactly why they do it, because they know it works.
So I saw on, sorry to cut you, on the comments, I saw that there are social services are involved. And I did say, why? Because I know social services will help. As I said, I had my son at 17. Of course we had them. But they were gone pretty quickly. They helped us move into our property. They gave us a few grants and painting things and, you know, like B&Q cards that you can go in and spend £100 on paint and decorating things, and they do things like that. And and it's not just because of COVID that they don't do it. It's nothing to do with any of that. They do these things. You just have to ask for them.
Yeah, I think, well, one reason that I know for sure, because it's something they've said on their lives a lot, that social services is involved. When that domestic violence thing that she videoed happened in January, they split up for a week and she actually had Jareth arrested.
Oh, so that means from having him arrested then, she would have had to have probably put the kids on the kids would have probably been on the child and knee plan or something if he was living there. It would go in stages, wouldn't it?
They're on the child protection plan.
Yeah, I mean, I know social services did tell her not to have Jareth back, and she dropped the charges and took Jareth back into the property, so social services were involved. I know that for sure. So, there is another reason for it, which we can't discuss, and I won't discuss on the live, but there is another reason that they are involved as well. But
okay,
yeah.
Well, anyway, we know they're involved, so that's that. Whether it's child protection, child in need, they're still involved. So that actually means that she should be getting all the help that she needs.
Exactly. So if the social services are,
they should be helping her.
Well, that's it. If social services are involved and they are saying that they can't help them, it's because they're not entitled. They've obviously got enough to get or do what they need to do, or social services would step in. They're just using that as an excuse to try and get other people to do it. Look, they won't help us. They won't help us. Yeah. Well, no, that's because they've deemed you've got stuff, you've got enough, or you've got enough money to get by doing that. No other reason for it.
Or it's
because they would help.
Or it's the case that they are helping and they're lying so Wendy can feed her lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. That does sound about right.
Yeah, it's one or the other, yeah, either way. Because I don't think any of the money that they receive benefits-wise ever actually goes towards...
Where's their house beforehand?
They were previously, before they went into temporary accommodation, they were in a flat in Tor Point.
Oh, was that the fire? I saw a video about there being a big fire and it burnt out everything and everything got lost, and then they had some stuff in storage but they couldn't afford it and nobody helped them pay for it. I think that's why.
Yeah, that's a load of rubbish. I mean, the flat, I was the end of tenancy cleaner for the flat. This is the flat in the picture in the background. This is what they left behind in the flat. The flat was disgusting. Now, they were being evicted for rent arrears. They owed thousands and thousands in rent arrears, and they were going down an eviction route. They were waiting, basically, for bailiffs to come in. But the thing is, they knew that because they owed rent arrears, if they were evicted for that, the council wouldn't help them because they are classed as intentionally homeless, and they are not obliged to help. So what supposedly happened is there was an electrical fault in the bathroom light fitting.
Oh, how convenient.
Although the fire brigade came out first time and found nothing. Apparently they could smell smoke. The fire brigade said, all you can smell is the tarmacking going on outside the flat. There's nothing wrong. We can't find anything. They called them out again an hour later, and lo and behold, Wendy had removed the light fitting down and all the wires were black and there was a little bit of charring on the ceiling. I mean,
Video of
nobody
them
can say
getting
for
it.
sure, but I'm sorry, if you ask me, that was done intentionally.
Yeah, it seems that way.
You got a video of them saying it, haven't you? Like, oh yeah, Jareth.
I do have a video of them saying that they were doing the electrics. Yes, they shouldn't have been touching the electrics. That's all down to the landlord. They are not authorised to touch the electrics at all. They claimed that the landlord didn't have any electrical checks done, that he'd never had them checked, and bragged about it. I've actually got a copy of the 5-year electrical certificate that is still actually in date today, even though the electrics obviously had to be fixed. No, I had a previous page to this one that they managed to get shut down. They got it banned, and a lot of my original stuff was lost, unfortunately, because silly me didn't back it up. But I had pictures of the light fitting. I had the electrical certificate put up to prove, yes, he has got an electrical certificate. It's utter rubbish. You're lying. What they've done is they found a way out. They got this electrical fault fire, supposedly, as they put it, which is what's written down on the fire brigade call out. Electrical fault fire found in light fitting, because that's what it's called. It's not a fully fledged fire. It's electrical fire. And they were put into temporary accommodation. They refused access to any electrician the landlord sent out. He sent one out the next morning. They wouldn't let him in. Their excuse was social services has told them not to allow anybody to work on that property that knows the landlord, because they're going to do a bodge job, which we all know is rubbish, but they wouldn't let him fix it. So the council put him in temporary. They've now then managed to bypass being evicted for rent arrears. So the council now have to help them because they're in temporary. They're very, very crafty.
That is
really
very
crafty.
clever. I must say that is clever. That is
It's
actually
disgusting.
clever.
But yeah, this
Disgusting,
is
yeah, but clever.
the state the flat was in. I mean, oh my God, it was foul. Flea ridden. That window, as you can see there, is completely smashed.
Can't imagine.
And had to be replaced. It was awful. It was absolutely awful.
Oh no! What the fuck? Oh. Well, yeah, I'm just glad that you followed me and that I saw, because I was literally about to top up my little gifting thing and give him a few gifts, because I thought, oh, do you know what? That's sad. I thought back to being in that position myself, sitting on a beanbag, and my son had this little tiny little, I don't know, like a little armchair. My mum got it from a charity shop and it was like £3. But I thought back to that and I thought, oh, there's a few kids there. It's sad. I'm just glad I got the follow. And I dived in so deep into it, and I saw how many people actually do this. It's crazy how many people are doing this on TikTok. I'd be so embarrassed.
Yeah, well, apparently Wendy's in the room. Wendy, if you're here, my love, jump in the box. Come talk to us. Let's hear your side. I'm sure they're watching anyway, even if it's not on one that we can see.
Oh, that Wendy Wu account isn't the other Wendy Wu account. This is a different one.
No. Well, there's another Wendy Wu, I don't know.
But I don't think it's Wendy. I think it's someone else.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes, darling.
But no, I have no doubt they're watching. They're always watching. They are always watching the lives, and I will invite them. This isn't just a one-sided thing. By all means, jump in the box, come and talk to us, have your say. Let's have a discuss about it.
The thing is, if you're going to be a liar, you've got to be a good one, and they constantly slip up all the time. Like,
you've got to have a good memory to be a good liar, and they haven't got it.
No, exactly,
they have not.
yeah.
They've contradicted themselves so many times. They shot themselves in the foot by claiming for the last 11 weeks that all their big furniture is in storage. That's what they've said over and over. We pay for storage. That's why we need help. We've got to pay for storage.
Yeah,
and now
that's
that
what I
they've got
saw.
their home, now they've got their home, all of a sudden, they've not got anything. Because all these lies are now starting to catch up with them.
it's emotional abuse as well. When he sat there in front of Blake, turn around saying, well, they might take the kids off us. Well, you might have to go live somewhere else.
I heard that. The kids were there somewhere, and he was saying, well, how would you feel about it if you had to sleep somewhere else? And then the kids were just like, don't know, sort of thing. Like, that is torture.
Thank you, Purple Ducky. Very much appreciated. Is it Tay that sort of let you know what was going on, Purple Ducky, or is it you've just come across it on your own? It's madness, isn't it? It's absolute madness how it's got as far as it is. I honestly thought they'd seen the light and realised.
Yeah, they were.
Thank you, Purple Ducky. I honestly thought they'd seen the light and realised. Wendy seems to have. She's given up for the minute. She's realised that she can't beat the amount of people.
No, but she's sitting beside him on the lives telling him what to say. She's brave.
Yeah.
She's
She's too scared to do it herself now. She's too scared to do it herself now. So now Jareth is taking the lead. But I mean, even he deactivated his account for a week. He come back on and tried again, thinking it would have all gone quiet. But no,
Absolutely.
I was still here waiting. And now he's gone again. So, but they will keep trying. Of course they will, because while there are still people willing to donate, they're still going to go on and ask.
Definitely.
This is why I will always be here.
Most definitely.
What's your Facebook page, by the way? I need to join this.
It's the same as this one, the same as my one on here.
They're doing it as well.
I've got I've got a page like this on Facebook. If you look on underneath my name on my page on here, although it's not a proper link, if you just copy and paste, there is a HTTP for my Facebook page under there that you can join. But it is exactly the same name and picture as I use on here. What area is the new house? I haven't a clue what area the new house is in at the moment.
He's in Cornwall, I think.
Sure.
I will message you, Jess.
I'm going back up. Just wanted to say I waited 3 years for a house and finally got one. I moved next week. Oh, congratulations, Purple Ducky. That's really lovely to hear. Really lovely. It's a shame you've had to wait 3 years while they've only had to wait 11 weeks. It just baffles me. I mean, personally, I know somebody that was in private rent, but it was so unsuitable to their needs. They were quite physically disabled, could barely manage stairs. In fact, would have accidents trying to get to the bathroom because they couldn't move quick enough up the stairs, were falling down the stairs. It took them so many years to get a bungalow, and the amount of falls they had, the danger.
No, it's really sad. It is.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting that somebody like these guys can trick and scam their way into a 3-bed house so quick.
Yeah, DWP has been informed, but if people keep informing them, they will do something. The more reports they get, the more they look.
I think with things like that, if we all do it, then it's a bit faster. But do you know, like the 1-2 calls, if they do get a phone call, they can easily just say, oh, it's just malicious. Oh, they're out to get us. That's why we've moved. You can just see that they obviously know what they're doing. Like this is like a bit of organised crime going on, especially where the mum's, the mum's partner's involved in it as well. It's the whole chain of them.
Yeah, it is. It just does seem to be getting bigger. The more we've sort of dig into it, the more people seem to be getting involved or seem to be involved. And those two are just like the tip of the iceberg. So as I knew I would get a house eventually, I saved all my money and now I can afford to get my flooring.
Oh, bless.
That's exactly how you do it. Oh, I'm so pleased for you.
Me too.
Ducky. That is absolutely wonderful. But that's what you do, and that's what they should have been doing. They knew. Exactly, Purple Ducky. They knew they were going to be getting this eventually, whether it took years or whether it took months. Once you know that you're waiting and you're bidding on properties, you start getting things ready. Even if you've got furniture piled up in a corner that you've got off Facebook or second hand from charity shops, you know what I mean? You move around the clutter because you've got it there ready for when you go. It's just laziness. They've not done it because they know that this is how they're going to try and get all their things done because they've managed it so far. It's such a good feeling when you know you've done it yourself. It really is, Ange. It really is. If you've been affected in any financial way, please report to Action Fraud. Exactly, Observer. If you have been scammed and affected in any way like this, report it. Please report it.
Do you think people get it back? Like when people do
they
this?
can't. Well, yeah, you can go to small claims courts. You can do it. I mean, the one lady, I think her name has been said on here, but I'm not going to do it. I will keep her name quiet. She gave them, over £4,000 in money, gifts, donations. She only asked for 1,700 of it back. She dropped it to 1,700, which they agreed. Yeah, there you go. Here is some of the stuff that she's got for them, right? She's got all the receipts. she only asked for 1,700 to be paid back. So she let them off an awful lot.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be paying back £50 a month. Now, there is a nice little video on my page of them sat in the car, and it's Wendy admitting, she says out loud, yes, I owe her money. I've only missed one payment. In fact, she says I've only missed January's payment, but I was told to pay back after Christmas. Well, January's after Christmas, so she missed the payment. So, but
Oh dear.
at the very end of that, there is that lovely lady had sent me that day, this was only last week, of Wendy telling her that she's not going to pay her back, that she is accusing her of money laundering because some of the payments were done via her mum's PayPal instead of hers, and that she was taking legal advice and she's refusing to pay her back a penny.
Oh my goodness.
It's all on my page, so everyone can go on and have a little look-see, you know. Nobody can doubt, once they've looked at the evidence I've got on my page about the scam as they have admitted it. Jareth's admitted it. You know, she's admitting the amount of money she's had off someone. There's even a video on there, actually, where they have both, Jareth and Wendy, have sat there and said, the police have supposedly, I know it's a load of rubbish, but the police have said that it's her own fault for giving that much money to people they don't know. And they went, she doesn't know us from Adam. It's her own fault for giving that much. It's all on there. It's all on my page. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. But if you take it... Sorry, guys, carry on.
I don't believe for 1 minute that they've called the police. It's just all to try and stop people from doing what they're doing. So
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't believe it at all. But, you know, she is taking it to small claims. She is taking them to court and she's getting that money back because she's got all the proof. She's got all the receipts. So if you have bought things for them that they've, you know, because a lot of this stuff, you know, was supposed to be loans. Can you loan me? Can you loan me money for this? Can you loan me money for that? I've got quite a few of the conversations. I have been asked not to post them, so I'm not doing that. But I do have a lot of the conversations between her and Wendy, of Wendy saying, can I borrow money for this? Can I borrow money for that? So she's got all that proof. She will, I have no doubt whatsoever, once she goes to small claims court, she will get that money back. But yeah, if anybody has, you know, given money, loaned money, or even has been deceived out of it, you know, you've donated something and you've realised that the reason they've told you what it was for was a lie, report it, because that is fraudulent. It is fraudulent. And yes, they can be done for fraud. That's okay, continue.
You can actually go to your bank and actually go back to the date you sent the money, and you can actually say to them that it was done out of fraud, doesn't matter how long it's been, and they will actually investigate it, look into it, and they will refund you.
I did notice though that Jared was saying that you need to, if you're going to send money, you need to do it through friends and family, and I know personally that you can't get it back when you do it like that. So they are very clever.
That's it. And it's also because obviously if you send it money direct, a certain amount is taken off. So Jareth and Wendy wouldn't see the full amount. That's another reason why they're saying do it friends and family.
Yeah, do it friends and family.
Even if that's the other thing, you know, if you are going to donate to somebody and you've checked them out and you do think they're safe, do it via PayPal and don't do it friends and family, because then if it does turn out to be a scam, no matter how much they ask you to do it, at least then you can claim that back.
And I think maybe
don't
what you say, do it through friends and family, that's red flags.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It's most definitely a red flag. Don't ever do that. It's ridiculous. I am. I'm still, to this day, I'm still gobsmacked of how they've got away with half of this stuff.
All I've got to say is they literally have more front than Harrods. I can't go over it. I actually can't go over it. I
like that saying. They do though.
Get over it.
Oh, that background is so much easier to read the comments on.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Little blind old me, I'm struggling to sort of keep up. If I've missed any questions or anything like that, I do apologise. I'm not ignoring anybody. Just sort of keep repeating yourself. I will see it eventually. That's just hard to sort of keep up with everything.
When they have so many animals and they can't even look after them, that really grinds my gears. I'm a dog gal. Have a look on the page. It's all about dogs. I just really get annoyed when people are like, oh, I don't have any money to feed my dog. Give me just get it out of your house and let me have it. If you can't afford it.
I'm not kidding. They left 3/4 of a massive sack of dog food at the old flat. Didn't bother taking it with them. they're also talking about, and again, I've got videos of that on their lives, that they want to get another dog.
I told them not to. I did say, please don't. I did say.
One of the other, because they did have 2 cats, they had someone looking after them. They've only taken 1 back. Now, the other cat they had has apparently had it away with a neighbour and is now having kittens, which they're also talking about having one of those cats.
Oh my gosh.
It's ridiculous. Like I said, they claim they can't pay for the animals they've got. So, and yet they're still already talking about getting more. I mean,
he wants his kitchen cupboards filled with food before he moves in. Why on earth do they want dogs?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, honestly, to hear him say, looking around the bathroom, look, in this room, a toilet, a sink, a bath, and that's all there is. Well, what else do you expect in a bathroom? A sauna? Hot tub? Do you know what I mean? That is the standard idea of a bathroom. It's a toilet, a sink, and a bath, or a shower. In fact, he's quite lucky to have a shower over his bath. A lot of people don't. A lot of people are giving an arm and a leg for a shower. I had quite a few people commenting that. It does make me laugh. They're so ungrateful.
And he knew not to show the garden because he knew he was going to get a stick for showing the garden. As he goes into the kitchen, he doesn't even bother putting the camera up to the garden because everybody would have just slated him. At least he's got a garden.
Yeah. This is the thing. He's done this video because he thought that was going to help prove to everybody that he's not got anything.
Empty, yeah, exactly.
Well, to be fair, he hasn't moved in yet. So, of course it's empty. Even if they have stuff in storage, that's not going to show because they haven't moved in yet. Move in there for a couple of days and then show us what you got. People might feel a little bit more sorry for you, but even then, that's not our job to do.
No.
All he keeps banging on about is social services are going to end up taking the kids away, saying you can't provide for them. Well,
is that what he wants?
They can't. Sorry. They can't provide for them, though, but this is what gets me. He's going, what do they want us to do?
When they get their benefits, and I'm pretty sure between the 2 of them, one of them's got a PIP claim going on. Why can't they afford the kids? I'm not being funny, but Aldi's, we're in a, it's cost of living, whatever, but Aldi's not expensive. We can buy food. We don't need to, cry about it. And 2 kids, it's double benefits, is it not? I've only got the one. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure you get like, double.
Yeah. Then this is it, and even then, when you are in dire straits and stuck like that, you can get food bank vouchers, which they've had, and they've had access to the food bank. I've had to, in the past, on occasions, use a food bank, and I'm sure a lot of people in here have had to.
I didn't come on TikTok saying that I need to fill up my fridge, that's for sure.
Yeah, but the amount you get from them, I couldn't believe it. The amount of stuff they give me, there was loads of it. In fact, I sat and cried when they helped me. I couldn't believe the amount of food and items that was given over.
It really does last you for 2 weeks if you need it. Myself and my son, we did used to need that, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's needed to at some point, and there's nothing to be ashamed of in this day and age with this climate. A lot of people need access to them. So they still don't need to get on here and beg. If you don't have any food,
2 kids, sorry.
Yeah, if you haven't got any food, then go to the food bank. They will help. That's what they're there for. So there's still no excuse for coming on here and begging for money. Beg.
Is Wendy poorly? I've just seen in the comments there that she's had a LCWRA, which I think, if I remember rightly, is one of those work capability assessments.
Yeah, limited capability for work and work-related activities.
She does not need that.
Is she poorly?
No.
She's got sleep apnea. Only affects her at night, I believe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
My mum has sleep
understand.
apnea. She just needs to sleep with that machine thing and she's fine.
Yeah.
She just needs to sleep.
If I remember rightly, I think they both applied for something like that. I know at least one of them was refused because I heard it said online that, yes, that come back and it was refused. I don't know who it was for, but I know one of them's had that benefit refused.
If they were applying for PIP, I think something like we should report to PIP. But if they're applying for PIP, especially with the videos with him like in a boat down by the water, them going out, going to the beaches and everything else, they are not going to get that.
Didn't he say on his live that he doesn't work because of his mental health?
Yes, he's claiming it's mental health.
So
yeah,
he can jump around and do what he wants if it's a mental health claim.
But if it's mental health, how can you get online begging that way? There's no way. I've got a very, very close friend with mental health issues, and there is they're still working, but their mental health is a real big struggle for them. And I can guarantee you there is no way they would get on a live like this. There is no way.
Yeah.
They couldn't. Their mental health won't let them. Especially to come on begging the way you are and lowering yourself. I'm sorry, mental health would stop you from doing that. I mean, maybe that's just my opinion, but I honestly don't see.
I suppose you can be right, yeah. Especially where he comes on video, and I suppose, yeah. And most people that, I'm not sure really speaking for everybody, but people that I know that do genuinely struggle with their mental health can't actually sit there and say, oh, I struggle with my mental health. Do you know, it's not really something that would really come out of somebody that's struggling's mouth. Because people that are struggling don't actually realise they're struggling. It's people around them that notice first.
Exactly, yes. So he got sacked for not fulfilling contracted hours. Yeah, that sounds about right, Big Seth. That wouldn't surprise me. I was
talking up there about lazyitis. Sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, all we can do is these awarenesses. So let's keep up. But the other thing I do want to say, obviously, this PayPal fund me that they've got going. You know, for many of you as you can go in there and do a report on it. Yeah. Eventually, hopefully, that will be investigated and taken down. Thank you, awareness. You know, there it is.
Normally, I would want to keep myself to myself and just not do anything, but I feel like this is really bad. I feel like I could have ended up gifting them money to help their lives, and I would have just felt like a right prat. Yeah. I literally got the follow at the right second. Awareness to protect you. You are the best, because I genuinely was about to do it. I was thinking to myself, you know, look, let's not let it get too late. And you know, they were really, the pair of them. I didn't even see it as they were being beggy. I just sort of thought, oh look, I feel really sorry for them.
Yeah. See, I've caught a few people that way as well. It's one of the best ways for us to get across to people is to watch a live or ghost a live and watch, and people that seem interested in thinking, you know, oh, I might donate, I will very quickly write down their details and friend them. I don't comment.
Purple Ducky.
I don't make a comment. I don't say anything to them. I just send a friend request, because
and then they can see it with themselves. Yeah,
normally people are curious enough to have a quick look at the page first, and it's enough then. And I've had a lot of people come in and say the same thing to me. Thank you so much. You know, I was just about to donate.
Yeah, I would have.
Sorry, Leanne, I totally interrupted you then, love.
No, that's fine. That Purple Ducky said that they both got a proof that LCW RWA. That's about £800 between them a month, right? And I said to you that they would get declined for PIP. Now, I know someone very close to me that actually works in PIP, so they won't get it.
No. And to be honest, on his live last night before, I'm losing track of the days, the last time he was on live anyway, quite a few people were actually coming in and offering him work.
Yes, there were so many. That was last night as well. There was so many.
Yeah. And he did actually turn around at one point and say, no, I can't do that because it'll affect my benefits.
Oh, did he?
He did. He did. That was, it was caught. Unfortunately, I was not recording at that moment, but that was a comment he did come out with. I can't do that because it'll affect my benefits. I can only earn so much before it affects my benefits.
Oh, my.
That says it all. That
it's hard to get for the people that actually need it. I genuinely believe that. I've seen so many people have to go for their tribunals, have to go and go again and again and again. And my dad, he had his leg chopped off and they took his PIP away as well. And he literally had one leg. They took his PIP, I think it was about 8 months before he died. They took his PIP and he had one leg, or living on the 3rd floor. So I know people that genuinely need it, that have it taken off of them. 4 people like these lot to still get theirs rolling and rolling and rolling. But that's the conversation for another day, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, my word. They're going to be back, even if they do end up getting grants or they manage to get stuff for this, because they'll give up. They will eventually give up asking for money for this particular reason, because they're not getting anywhere. But they'll find a new one later on, guaranteed, and they will be back. And when that happens, again, you know, everybody just needs to pipe up and say, not a chance.
And repost.
Go away, trot on. You know, we know what you're about now. We've all cottoned on. It's not going to happen.
I think I might start making flyers, you know. Posting all that. I'm going to go for a trip down Cornwall, all areas I'm going to go to and put flyers up.
We'll take a trip to the beach on the way.
Yeah, sorry, stuck up to a lamppost, hope you don't mind.
Oh, bless you. Oh, well, apparently they've already got a stalker down there, haven't they? Because someone spotted them in the Sainsbury's car park and took a picture.
And he says you're not allowed to take pictures of kids. I'm not being funny. There's no law if you. I mean, it is weird if people are taking pictures of kids. Don't get me wrong, but if you're in a public space and you're taking a picture and there's kids in the background, it's not against the law.
To be fair, though, you couldn't see the kids in the picture. You could just see Wendy getting in the car, and they literally took that photograph because they'd seen them on the lives. They happened to see them when they were out shopping, getting in a car when they'd said that day, "We haven't got a car. We can't get to the food bank." That is a 40-minute walk away from where they live, because I do know where they live. I'm not going to out it. I'm not that type of person. But the food bank is a 40-minute walk. Oh, no, we can't get there. We ain't got a car. And this person spotted it, took a photo and come on and went, "I thought you didn't have a car. Look at my profile picture."
I know, she was live.
Yeah, since then, all they've gone on about is their stalkers. It's not a stalker. You just happen to have been in the same place as somebody who's seen you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And if someone's seen you in a car, and they've probably gone, "Oh, okay, I'll take a picture." I would have done. If it was another random person I'd seen live, and do you know what I mean? I'd have gone, "Hang on a minute. Sure, I saw you say different yesterday." It doesn't mean you got a stalker. It just means you've been busted and caught out in a lie. That's all it means.
Once you get caught in one, that's it then. That's why they've got stalkers now, because we're on to them now. That's what it is.
Well,
That's what it is.
that's it.
We're the stalkers now because we're the ones that found the lies. Well, you guys are the ones that found the lies. I'm going to repost it everywhere. I'm never going to shut up about this now because I nearly got wrapped into it. I was nearly going to do stuff for them. I was going to help.
And to be honest, that's how a lot of people have kind of got into this. You know, that was how the lovely Tay was on earlier got into it. She was a mod and someone that donated to them and found out, you know, how they were. Same with a few other people, you know. All right, it wasn't me personally that was scammed by them, but a very good friend of mine. And yes, I did have to clean up their mess, and I had to watch his struggles dealing with them as tenants. And I can't sit back and watch that happen.
No, definitely not.
That was as good as being done to me when it's done to someone I'm very close to. So, you know, that's how our following goes. But, you know, spread the word on your page, and then hopefully other people will see it and they'll spread it on their page, and hopefully eventually we will, you know, not take over TikTok, but do you know what I mean? There won't be anyone that hasn't seen a post, and then they will know. That's the best we can do. That's the very best we can do, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm hoping my followers will go up, because I got up to 600 on my previous page before they got it banned. And I've had to start from scratch. So I'm trying to get back up so I can get on live myself instead of having to hijack awareness to protect Jews and breathe. Well, I forgot to breathe then. So yeah, bless him for letting me hijack and do a live on his. But yeah, I had to start from scratch, which was a bit frustrating. We will get there. Oh, well, you'll get me there. Thank you, Observer.
Yeah, definitely. Sharing it out 100% needs to be
To
done.
be fair, I've gained nearly 75 followers just today. That was before going on the live. So, yeah, hopefully, you know, the more I get heard and more people that see my page, the more I can spread out, because that's what I want to do. I just want to spread out and have them known. Have them known.
I thought the maximum for a universal credit advance payment is $812 when you've got kids. 812. So how on earth do they owe 1100? Maybe someone can correct me. Maybe I'm wrong, but
It's a joint claim.
oh right, okay.
Okay, right.
I'm going to drop, lovelies.
Yeah, I'm off as well. All I have to say on the matter is that they have more front than Harrods.
Wonderful. Is there anybody else that wants to pop in the box before we end this live? Because I think we're all sort of slowly coming to the end now. We've run out of things to say for the time being, unless there's anybody else that wants to pop on and have their say. Now is your chance. Oh, thank you, Rachel. I very much appreciate that. I will follow you back once we're done on here. But if they did take the advancements, why didn't they keep it for moving house? Exactly, Purple Ducky, because Wendy probably wanted to get her hair done again, or they wanted a takeaway, which is the usual reasons as to what they like to use their money for. Anything but what it should be used for. So we are down to just little old me in the box. Is there anybody else that wants to speak? Because if not, we'll be going once and going twice and then shutting down for the night. Oh, Rachel, you're very welcome, sweetheart. That's what I'm here for. That is all I'm here for, is to make people aware. I'm so pleased to have helped you. Thank you again, Awareness to Protect, for allowing me to hijack your page. And again, apologies that I keep saying she when you're a he. It's probably going to keep happening, so I do apologise now. Right, thank you everybody for coming in and watching and joining in and giving us your opinion. Very much appreciated. And let's just end it on the new favourite saying from the lovely Angela. Don't support, report. That's another one that's going to have to go up on my post. Don't support them, report them. Oh, thanks, Rachel.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.